1953. A house in Ohio, 10 o'clock at night. A woman ties a silk scarf under her chin, presses tape across her forehead, and lies flat on her back. She will not move until morning. She is 54, with fewer wrinkles than her granddaughter will have at 30. These are 10 sleeping positions 1950s women used to wake without wrinkles. Most cost pennies. And the one at number 1 is something $600 Botox is still trying to replicate. Number 10. Women train themselves to sleep flat on their backs, hands at their sides or folded across the stomach. Mothers taught daughters this position as young as 8 or 9 years old. It was considered part of good posture, not vanity. A firm mattress. Simmons Beauty Rest or Sealy Posturepedic, $59.50 for a full size in 1955. No pillow top, cotton ticking stretched over inner spring coils. The mattress did not cradle the face. A single flat pillow, often filled with cotton batting or feathers from a Sears catalog order. $1.98. The coolness of starched cotton against the back of the neck. The discipline of lying still. A mother's voice from the doorway. On your back. Ladies do not sleep on their stomachs. This was not about beauty products. It was about carrying yourself with intention, even in sleep. Modern dermatology now identifies side sleeping as a major cause of sleep lines, a specific type of asymmetric facial wrinkle. A 2016 study in the Aesthetic Surgery Journal confirmed that sustained facial compression against a pillow exerts mechanical forces that accelerate these lines. These women knew that 60 years before the study was published. They just called it sleeping properly, but sleeping on your back only worked if you stayed on your back, and that required something most bedrooms today do not have. Number 9. Women placed firm bolster pillows or rolled towels along both sides of their body to prevent rolling onto the face during sleep. A physical guardrail system built from whatever was in the linen closet. A cylindrical bolster, often homemade, a bath towel rolled tight and pinned with safety pins, or a flour sack tube stuffed with cotton scraps. Department stores sold decorative bolsters at Woolworths for $1.49. Placed snug against the hip and shoulder on each side. The feeling of being held in position without being restrained. Some women tucked a folded hand towel under the chin to prevent the head from turning. The small ritual of arranging the bed each night like setting a table for one. She built a system out of towels and common sense. No $89 anti-wrinkle sleep pillow from an Instagram advertisement. The engineering was invisible, it cost nothing, and it worked every single night. The position protected the skin. But what she put on her face before lying down was the other half of the equation. Number 8, women applied a thick layer of cold cream before bed, slept in it all night, and wiped it off with a soft cloth in the morning. The cream acted as a moisture barrier while they slept. Pond's cold cream in the green, lidded glass jar, 39 cents in 1952. The cool, thick texture, part mineral oil, part beeswax, part borax, scooped with 2 fingers, spread across the forehead, cheeks, chin, and throat in small circles, the faint rose fragrance, the shine on her face in the vanity mirror, the greasy ring left on the pillowcase. Every woman's pillowcase had those faint yellow circles, a soft washcloth wrung in warm water in the morning, skin underneath, pink and plump like she had slept in a greenhouse. That jar sat on the vanity for 30 years. Same formula, same price. The overnight moisture treatment the beauty industry now sells for $65 under the name sleeping mask is the same principle Pond's offered for pocket change. The jar did not need rebranding. It needed to be forgotten so something expensive could take its place. The cream protected the skin, but the fabric touching her face mattered just as much. And what most women slept on would surprise you. Number 7. Women who could not afford silk used satin pillowcases to reduce friction against the face and hair while sleeping. Cotton pulls and creases the skin. Satin lets the face glide. Satin yardage from the fabric counter at JCPenney or the 5 and dime, 40 cents a yard. A woman could sew a pillowcase in 20 minutes on a Singer treadle machine. The cool slip of the fabric against her cheek, the way the face did not stick or drag when she turned her head. Some women ironed them smooth every wash day, the faint sheen catching lamplight on the bed. Real silk was a luxury, a Saks Fifth Avenue indulgence. But rayon satin did the same job for a fraction of the cost, and every woman on the block knew it. The silk pillowcase is now sold as a prestige beauty product at $40 to $90. She made hers from remnants in the sewing basket. The knowledge was free. The fabric cost less than $1. The result was identical. She protected the skin from friction on the outside. But there was another position that addressed something harder to fight: gravity itself. Number 6. Some women slept with the head of the bed slightly elevated. Not propped upright, just a gentle 2 to 3 inch rise. It reduced puffiness and under-eye swelling by morning. A folded wool army blanket wedged between the mattress and the box spring at the head. Or a second feather pillow, thin and flat, stacked under the first. The angle was barely noticeable, just enough to feel the head resting slightly above the chest. Women who had their hair in pin curls or rollers used this method for double duty. The incline kept the curls from being crushed and kept fluid from pooling around the eyes overnight. The morning face, no puffiness, no crease lines, eyes clear and rested. Dermatologists now recommend sleeping at an incline to reduce facial edema and under-eye bags. They recommend a $120 wedge pillow sold on Amazon. She used a folded blanket that was already in the linen closet. 5 positions in, and notice what they all share. Not one of them required a purchase, not one came from a magazine advertisement or a dermatologist's office. They came from observation, from women watching their own mothers age and deciding quietly, without fanfare, to do what worked. There is a difference between a beauty routine and a beauty industry. The routine came first. The industry came later and charged admission. The incline kept the face clear. But what she did with her hands while she slept was a detail most people have never heard. Number 5. Women applied Vaseline or cold cream to their hands and face, then wore soft white cotton gloves to bed. The gloves prevented them from unconsciously pressing their hands into their face during sleep. That pressing is a primary cause of sleep creases. Vaseline petroleum jelly, the blue-lidded jar, 12 cents in 1953. White cotton gloves from the notions counter at Kresge's 5 and dime, 15 cents a pair. A generous coating of Vaseline worked into the hands and knuckles. Gloves pulled on, the strange softness of cotton against greased fingers. In the morning, the gloves came off and the hands were smooth as a child's. But the real benefit was the face. No knuckle imprints, no fingernail marks, no crease from sleeping with a fist pressed against the cheek. Women who wore the gloves woke with smooth skin on both their hands and their faces. A woman's hands worked all day. Dishes, laundry, garden, children. The gloves were the only kindness those hands received. And they protected her face in the bargain. 12 cents for the Vaseline, 15 cents for the gloves, 27 cents of self-respect. The gloves kept the hands away from the face, but there was another method that involved the jaw, one that addressed something most women never talked about in public. Number 4. Women tied a soft fabric strip or silk scarf under the chin and over the top of the head before sleeping. It kept the jaw closed and the facial muscles taut through the night. It was believed to prevent sagging along the jawline and a double chin. A strip of soft cotton or an old silk stocking cut and folded. Some women used elastic bandage wrap from the medicine cabinet, placed under the chin, brought up along the jawline, tied in a small bow at the crown of the head, the gentle upward pressure holding everything in place. You could see advertisements for chin-reducing straps and facial contour bands in the back pages of Good Housekeeping and Ladies' Home Journal, $1.25 from a mail order catalog. But most women made their own from the scrap bag, slept in them like it was nothing unusual, because to them it was not. The modern beauty market now sells V-line lifting masks and jaw contouring sleep bands for $30 to $50 a piece. Same principle, same physics, different price tag. She tied a silk stocking around her chin in 1956, and it cost her nothing but 5 seconds of her evening. The chin strap addressed the jawline. But the next method addressed something even harder to control: the forehead. Number 3. Women applied small strips of medical adhesive tape across the forehead and between the brows before bed. The tape physically prevented the skin from creasing during sleep. Johnson & Johnson adhesive tape from the medicine cabinet. Or frownies. Small adhesive patches sold specifically for this purpose, first introduced in 1989 and still on the market today. 25 cents a box in the 1950s. Small strips placed horizontally across the forehead, furrows, and vertically between the brows. The slight pull of the adhesive on the skin, the discipline of keeping the face still while falling asleep. In the morning, peeled off gently, the skin underneath smooth and flat, the crease that had been forming paused. Night after night, the lines were trained out rather than filled in. Botox injections cost hundreds of dollars per session and work by temporarily paralyzing the muscle. While medical tape cannot paralyze a muscle, these women used it as a physical splint, preventing the skin from bunching up while they slept, effectively training the face to stay relaxed. There is a difference between erasing a line and preventing one. Number 2. Some women slept completely flat on their backs with no pillow at all, face to the ceiling, spine straight, neck long and extended. The tape held the forehead still, but the next method required no product at all, just a specific way of arranging the body that most people have completely forgotten. The bare mattress under the head, a single folded hand towel placed beneath the neck for support, not the head, the chin slightly elevated, the chest open and flat, no creasing between the breasts, the décolletage smooth and unwrinkled by morning. Actresses were rumored to sleep this way. Joan Crawford reportedly slept flat with her face taped and her neck fully extended. The advice appeared in beauty columns throughout the 1940s and 50s. Sleep like the dead and wake looking alive. The stillness required was absolute. It was an act of discipline most modern sleepers cannot imagine. Chest wrinkles are now treated with silicone pads at $25 a sheet, laser resurfacing at $1,200 a session, and injectable fillers. She prevented them entirely by removing the pillow and lying still. The treatment cost nothing. The discipline cost everything. And that was the point. No pillow, no product, no cost. But there is one more, and it was the foundation that made every other method on this list work. Number 1. The full nighttime ritual. Not one step, the whole sequence performed every single night for decades. The bathroom at 10 o'clock, the creak of the medicine cabinet, Noxzema or Pond's rubbed in small circles, the cool sting of Noxzema on the cheeks, 35 cents a jar, a warm washcloth to remove the day, then the cold cream applied fresh, thick as frosting, the silk scarf folded into a triangle and tied under the chin, the cotton gloves pulled on over greased hands, the light turned off, the settling into position, flat on the back, hands at the sides, chin slightly elevated, the bolster pillows snug against each hip, the house quiet. 7 minutes from start to finish. She did this 3,000 nights in a row and never once called it a skincare routine. She called it getting ready for bed. The average American woman now spends over $300 a year on nighttime skincare products alone. Her grandmother spent less than $5 a year and woke with better skin. But it was never about the money, it was about the ritual. A woman alone in the quiet house after the dishes were done and the children were in bed. 7 minutes of stillness, 7 minutes that belonged to no one else. The cold cream was not the treatment. The stillness was. And somewhere right now, a girl is standing in a doorway watching her grandmother at the vanity. The cold cream goes on, the scarf is tied, the gloves are pulled on, the lamp clicks off. And without a single word, the lesson begins again. And if you want more forgotten wisdom from the generations who came before us, the next video is waiting for you right now.